was casing an area out in the Land Rover, and I saw some movement. There was a badger foraging just off a track, so it's gone back in. I did get a couple shots. Stopped the Land Rover, got out, wind's in my face, badger's that direction, so it's not going to pick up my scent. Badgers have got a extremely good sense of smell, so they pick me up a fair distance, I would have thought. Sight is horrendous, really don't do too well with their sight, so you can kind of walk up to one if the wind's in your face quite strong and your scent's being blown downwind. So, but it was nice to get a couple of shots, nice to see it just happily feeding there, and I'm not disturbing it. Let's hope it pops its head out and resumes feeding, I guess. I've got a Canon 300 f2.8 IS lens here, 2.8, so it's quite good. It's max aperture, so it grabs the most available amount of light possible. Really good for diffusing the background, blowing the background out, and then focusing on the subject. So f2.8, but it's a good sweet spot, sort of f4, f5.6, dependent on the light levels. But Canon 5DSR there, high pixel count camera, 51 million pixels. Get too jazzed up about it, but it's particularly good at picking out fine detail, but not very good in low light levels. It gets quite blocky and pixelated if you do it 100%. But I like to set it at the moment. I've got it set to manual, the aperture and shutter, so I set those. Auto ISO saves me having to fiddle around with the ISO settings. So I just set the shutter and the aperture, and then it's a limitation I've set in the camera, so it won't shoot above 1600 ISO. So if it gets to that and it would just shoot anyway. And I've got a little bit of exposure compensation on there as well, just to help me out if needed. I may give it 10 minutes, and then if nothing turns up, I'll leave the little badger to its evening foraging exploits and head home for a well-earned glass of vino and a nice bit of tea that my wife's kindly done for me. But yeah, it's just great to be out, really. Nobody here, just me on my own. I can hear some birds singing, some sheep making a bit of a noise, meadow pipit, lots of pigeons, lots of pheasants tonight, lots and lots of rabbit around. No stoats though, unfortunately, but that would have been nice to pick one of those up this evening. But yeah, fingers crossed, 5 minutes and then home.